everybody. Welcome to Burnout Box with me.
And me.
And the baby, Indigo.
Yeah, she's here.
She's 12 weeks old tomorrow?
12 weeks old tomorrow.
This is season 2, episode...
24, I think.
24.
Did I get it right?
You are 24. You are correct.
Yeah. That's a...
We'll go with that I'm 24, too.
Oh, yeah, you get that a lot.
Yeah.
And I get the, you must be old. A lot.
At least you don't get the, you must be her father.
That would suck.
Yeah.
I think we've only gotten that like once, and then once with somebody not seeing you.
Yeah.
I do get a lot, oh, so you work for your dad.
That's the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they haven't seen me at all. They
Yeah.
think she's works for her dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brian's catching that over there. So
Yeah.
it's all clicking.
Mm-hmm. I also get like, oh, you don't look old enough to have 6 babies, which is the most backhanded compliment ever. I'm like, oh, well, do I look old enough to have 2 bachelor's degrees and 2 master's degrees then?
Yes. Rebecca is a nurse practitioner who's going to be getting her doctorate soon. She is very, very well educated in everything. To the point where, like, I start telling my friends, like, oh, you don't feel good. Okay, you need to take this much ibuprofen, this much Tylenol on this time interval. And they just kind of look at me funny, and I'm like,
I taught you well.
this is common knowledge, basically.
And Benadryl heals everything.
Yeah.
All your ails.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not give medical advice on the show, actually. Let me stop talking.
And if I don't want to talk to you later today, just take 2 Benadryl. We'll see you sometime tomorrow.
Justin Forrest says, hi, neighbors.
Hey, what's going
there.
on? Justin Forrest found out he lives like right down the street from Rebecca and I.
Where does he live?
You run past his
I was going to
house.
say, I probably run past his house.
Yeah. Just up off of, what's the street north of us, Cortland? No, I'm thinking,
No.
what's the one by the Cocky Rooster, that intersection?
Oh, that's Cortland.
That's
Cortland and Howland.
I think he just lives down there. He mapped it out for me.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
up where like Bud Burke lives and stuff like that.
I don't know where he lives either.
Yeah.
I know where I live. I can run. I am good with directions, but like I just don't pay attention to where other people live.
Justin, have you seen the guy that's in your area that has the orange crate convertible 3-valve Mustang? That's my buddy Bud Burke.
On my run last night, I saw
haven't
somebody
gotten to
that
that.
had a 1970 something fastback in their garage.
Oh,
And like I was in too bad of a mood to point it out to Holdy, but I would have otherwise.
That's some serious stuff.
Jeff Lucina says, Dr. Rebecca. Tim Obis says,
I'm not gonna be a chiropractor. You don't have to call me Dr. Rebecca. Shots fired.
Tim Obis says, eggplant emojis.
What does that mean? I don't know. Don't answer that.
That's offline. Justin Forrest said, where Dave a lot and kangaroo. Save a lot. Save a lot and kangaroo.
Okay, so I only had a baby like 12 weeks ago. I don't run that far yet.
Oh, okay.
Caitlin Jason wants to see the baby.
Oh, that's my sister.
Oh, okay.
Here she is. She's kind of in a bad mood right now, okay?
Yeah, she's pretty good though. Hey.
Jeff wants to know, what tunes do you listen to when you run, Rebecca?
I used to listen to a lot of gangster rap while I ran. But right now I'm listening to podcasts because, I don't know, I just need something in my brain instead of music.
Justin Forrest says, I've seen the Roush EcoBoost that worked at AutoZone down the road that swears he had them build his car for him specifically. Let's see what we have over here on the tube.
So it's been a feels like a long, hot summer in Florida.
Yeah.
So, gone out in the shop, doing videos, doing dyno stuff, start in the morning and still end up drenched, but it is what it is. We got some cars. We got a lot of cars that we've been getting finished up for various customers, so that's awesome. Autovlog picked up his truck, and Robert Jones is going to be getting his car in the next week or two and going out and doing some racing. That's how
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see his car.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see.
Getting that leaky axle seal fixed and getting some major power upgrades on it and just going out and letting her rip.
Caitlin says, yay, she's perfect and you're a true gangster. Austin Goble says, hi, you guys.
Hi.
Tim says, can we talk about Grip Tech pulleys? I'd like to know just a bit more about them.
Oh, we just set one away from the table. We can bring it back so you can
So
play your music on it.
Tim, here, Chris, you told me how lightweight it is. Throw it. Throw it. I'm good.
So glad he didn't hit the baby.
I failed.
I wouldn't have let him hit the baby. I'm not sure that I would have saved myself, though. You would have been so dead.
I failed dodgeball in both middle school and high school, but
This is so unsurprising to me.
I did catch the pulley. When you threw it, Chris, it was almost like slow motion, and I was like, oh, I got it. Hand-eye coordination.
Of the two of us, I'm the more coordinated one.
Sometimes I do all right.
Yeah.
Just not at the tree.
Jeff Smith asked if you were going to do surfing also with the kids. I was like, eh.
I should, but I'm not.
Mommy's the one that can surf.
So Chris and I actually shot a Grip Tech Grip Tech pulley video for Shop Talk Saturdays, and that is going to be coming out Saturday.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. So but I talk more about the Grip Tech pulleys. That's probably your best bet.
Chad Anderson says, 2300 Coyote swapped E46. Have you seen it? I messaged the Facebook page and someone answered, but not sure if that was you. Just your thoughts.
They're reading our minds. The internet is reading our minds. There was discussion about a four-door BMW getting Coyote swapped here at VMP.
That is the guy who owns the Coyote Swap E46, Chad Anderson. There's one pod running our supercharger.
I've seen that. I've seen the pictures of it. And he documented the build really, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, the build's documented really nicely somewhere.
Yeah, he just responded and says, I have it.
Yes, that's the one.
Does Jesse know about that, and does Chuck know about it? Maybe they got the idea from Chad. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were talking about a car that it'd be cool to have a car you could have fun with that holds 4 people.
It looked like he had spider
Kind of like
web on it.
Cletus's
Yeah.
neighbor.
It was fun sitting in the back of Neighbor.
So since we keep talking about, two-seater things that you could Coyote swap.
Over on YouTube, Benjamin Ford says, sup.
Hi, Benjamin.
Calandis says it's going to be a fun weekend installing 5.0 cams.
Ooh, yeah.
Topper Harley says, we need the box, we need the box. Cats.
The box.
That's
What's
cats
in the box?
say, we need the box, we need the box.
So I see Mark Gearhart is watching
Um,
on Facebook, or was watching.
yeah. Let me see.
He's been doing some dyno testing with an 18 Coyote motor and
Show me.
VMP throttle body. So Mark, if you can drop a note as to where that article will be coming out and when, everybody can keep an eye out for it. And Fernando Rivera is watching. Mario's watching. So Mario has been secretly buying all the goodies for his car.
I know.
And he buys them through one of our great dealers, Jordan Weir of Weir Racing. So we see the orders, and I talk to Mario, but I'm kind of wondering what he's going to do with it. So he actually is still on a 6R80, and he was on a S197 car. Mm-hmm. So a lot like your black car used to be.
Yeah, in 2015-ish.
Yeah, and I believe he went 899 on a regular Gen 3.
Nice.
So Mario, how much are you hoping to beat that on a Gen 3R is really the question. I mean, I know how much more power it makes. What are you trying to do, though? What's your goal? Tell us. Talk about it.
Brandon Cormier has a he wants to know, supercharged 2015 Mustang versus supercharged 2018 Mustang. Who would make the most horsepower on 93?
The 18 engine has got a point of compression, and it's got better heads and cams. I mean, basically has GT350 heads and then GT cams. So I think it's going to be like on 93. It's kind of like a contest of like who
gets to the octane limit first.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. So.
You're both going to be octane limited.
Yeah, I mean, that's why like the Roush supercharger kit and even like the base Whipple kit, their ratings on pump gas are not much higher than Gen 2 Coyote ratings. Actually, they're about the same, honestly. I mean, we dyno and we know the rear wheel horsepower levels. So throw us a bone like Boostain or E85, and now we can start talking about engine to engine, supercharger kit to supercharger kit. That's the.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say that's the other thing too. Supercharger kits are different for 18 up.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of loaded.
And every time we have the opportunity to redesign a supercharger head unit or a supercharger kit, we end up packing more performance into it. So naturally, the newer vehicle gets the better kit.
Mario came back and said 898 is the goal. Haha.
You went 899. All you gotta do is go 898.
I like that. He's keeping his cards close.
Redline Riot wants to know why Joe does not like to talk about oil pump gears.
I didn't realize that Joe didn't like to talk about oil pump gears.
You just try to imagine why he doesn't like to talk about oil pump gears. Ask him to drop some on the show next time, and I'll like walk in here with a set strategically for him to go and see if he can break some.
Rocket 19 says congratulations. And then he talks about AARP, because we were talking about old, I guess. And then says, Rebecca, today, no spilling drinks.
I'm going to try. I almost didn't bring a drink, but I didn't want to be without my coffee either.
I was so mad about that last week.
I know. You said to me, don't do that again.
Benjamin Ford says, are fuel pump voltage boosters the way to go, Gen 2R, or is it a complete swap needed?
So it's funny, we just did an inventory count on how many voltage boosters we have in stock, and we're well stocked up on them. Basically for 93, they're quick, they're easy, and they solve a problem up to a certain horsepower level. So they're a great alternative to a full fuel system, but it's also people that are going to do a full fuel system versus people that are going to still run 93. There's a very like different
end goal.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It just kind of depends on what your goal is.
Yeah.
Topper Harley says, I know who I'm going to message when I get a rash, Rebecca.
No, don't send me derm stuff, please.
Redline Riot wants to know, how can I get a job at VMP?
Well, it actually does determine, you do treat women with rashes in certain places, right?
Well, I can provide primary care
Yeah. Anyways.
to women. But I mean, the only answers for a rash are steroids, antibiotics, or antifungals. So.
So
Don't tell your dermatologist that I said that. It's the truth, but it oversimplifies what they do.
Oh yeah, I went to the dermatologist one time and they told me like, well, you're using the steroid the wrong way on your face. We need to prescribe you a different steroid. You need to do it a different way, and so they were very scienced out.
Here's a question. Superstock 50 says he's got an 11 Ford Mustang GT with a Gen 1 2.3 supercharger kit. He's got ID 1000 injectors. Could I pulley down to 82 millimeters with just a tune?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
Or 782 or 79. And then those people are ripe for a VMP Gen 3 or Gen 3R upgrade.
Yep.
And we were talking about this earlier today. What do you think of the new C8 Corvette that's debuting?
Aspirated, and there's going to be like supercharged versions. But I heard it's like a...
Any status on back-ordered pulleys?
8-rib pulleys. We are working on them. Honestly, I would encourage you to get a 10-rib in a similar size if you're in dire need. We can do it for the same cost. We can do that, and then you're ready when you upgrade to the 10-rib kit. But because we make a very limited selection of sizes in 8 rib, basically.
Mad Max. Oh, sorry.
Go no. Go ahead.
Okay. Mad Max, Robert, and Travis all say hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello. Justin, can I install a Gen 3R on E85 on lowest boost settings on stock Gen 1 Coyote? What are your thoughts?
So this is one of those questions that we have to decipher what he's really trying to
Yeah.
ask.
What are you trying to do?
I think this is the can I run E85 on a stock fuel system?
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that's key, is that we don't recommend E85 on a stock fuel system.
Brandon, who had asked earlier about the 2015 versus 2018, says, okay, Roush on both cars with boosting.
Ooh, dirty secret. The older Roush kit is better than the newer Roush kit.
And,
Yeah. You might make a little more power.
I mean, it's...
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Carrie, to cut you
No,
off.
you're good.
It's tough because the 18's a 2650 and the 17's a 2300, so it's not even the same supercharger. And once you put our 2650 in place of the Roush 2300, because ours is an upgrade, it's just game over.
Yeah. That's...
Then you can be like Track Attack and make 1100 on a stock engine once,
Yeah.
maybe twice, maybe 3 times.
And you can drive it places too after that.
Yes.
And Brandon came back and said, I'm also looking forward to a possible solution from VMP on the small Roush intercooler.
So that is an interesting discussion topic. Intercooler science is something we actively pursue here at VMP for upgrades to existing superchargers and upgrades and
Development for new
for new
superchargers.
superchargers. So very exciting. We take a lot of pride in optimizing every aspect of a system. She goes out and tests it on the racetrack. Me and Joe test it on the dyno, make a bunch of horsepower, live happily ever after.
I get mad making dinner and talk about Boyle's Law and stuff.
If you run an efficient supercharger, you really don't need that big of an intercooler. The Gen 3R is actually the most efficient blower we've ever put out, and we found out it was much easier on the intercooler. Above 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, you do need to start thinking about getting more water flow to the intercooler, and there's a lot of different options for that. We have a solution. Other people in the marketplace have solutions. But that's kind of the situation. I wouldn't worry about it too much until you're doing some serious racing, making some serious horsepower. And
Oh, go ahead.
and we do have like both modifications to the existing one and full upgrades that we're working on. But it's not as much of an issue as anybody makes it out to be.
How is it hard to put a Gen 3R on a 17 Shelby F-150?
What blower are they using on a 17 Shelby?
I don't know. It's funny because we saw a Shelby F-150 yesterday. And I really don't see very many of those.
Yeah.
Jeff Lucino wants to know any update on Joe's Coyote Vic project.
Ooh. So, Joe likes to think a lot about cool stuff to do. I know his wife had to get a new car because her super clean Miata got totaled. So
Such a bummer.
there's I think an EcoBoost in the family now, and Joe is thinking about creative swaps with Ford engines that maybe aren't available in this country. I can let him talk more about that. But yeah.
Justin Forrest
I
says,
see that, Chris. Thank you.
Justin Forrest says Joe needs to ditch the Crown Vic and get the Merc 8.
Justin's Mark 8.
So I showed you the picture of the Mark 8.
I've seen pictures of it. I don't know that
Yeah.
you showed it to me or maybe Justin showed it to me, but yeah.
If only I didn't spend nights and weekends working on the business in addition to working on the business during the day, I could do fun stuff like buy a Mark 8 and swap cool stuff into it.
Jim Roberts says, what's up? Love the baby.
Oh,
Thank you. We love her too.
yes.
And everybody in the house loves her. She is Well, she's a sixth baby. She's very well loved.
Yes. Everybody wants to help when she's crying, including our son with special needs, Orion, who's 3. But
Even when he's the one that makes her cry.
yeah, he's such an empathetic little boy, even though he doesn't, he only knows a couple words.
Bobby says, should I hold on to my Boss 302 or sell someday for an 07 to 12 GT500 or 16 to 19 GT350? Will it hold good value?
Well, God, they've just talked about like everything that you
Rebecca and I've had a lot of those cars at some point.
And I think, I mean, I'm biased and I have my own opinion, and it might differ from yours. I think it probably differs from yours. I say keep the Boss.
I mean, that platform's never going to be, my opinion is it's going to be worth a little bit more than a GT. If you keep it super clean, like don't drive it, put it in a bubble, all that type of stuff.
But what fun is that?
But yeah, it might be worth a little bit more, but
if you have a 95 Cobra R, you can feel free to go ahead and do that and contact me and sell it to me.
But the Boss 302 is a great platform to build from. So that's it's kind of a good place.
I think it's a really good car to mess with. Like, if you want to do fun stuff with it, I would say keep your Boss.
Oops, sorry, I didn't know I was interrupting. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
When will the Gen 3R Secret Sauce blower be out for sale to the public?
Who's asking that question?
Ryan Fuller.
Ryan Fuller. So we're actually...
What is this, like the mafia? Who's asking that question?
Yeah, well, somebody was saying that they were going to wait till the Secret Sauce came out. And the thing is, if you don't use the full potential of the Secret Sauce, it is a trade-off. And I honestly don't want you running it unless you're going to use the full potential, which means built motor, blah, 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 blah. So we are machining Secret Sauces this week, and that came up on the call that I had earlier today. So we will have some available soon. Just basically contact me if you're interested in one. I can kind of guide you through that. We're going to be releasing a bunch of data on what exactly the secret sauce is. The thing that you need to know is if you're not...
Justin's like Match.com for you in your car and a Gen 3 R supercharger.
I don't know if she's making fun of me or if she's being serious.
No, it's like a concierge service. Who else? What other owner of a blower company is gonna like talk you through how to like use whatever product to the best of its potential? I mean, every owner of a business should, but does it happen all that often? Not in my experience.
That is true. That is true.
They usually route you to tech support.
Yeah.
Very few.
And like what we have here is literally freaking awesome. So we want to see it deployed and utilized the best in the field. That's why Rebecca and I are so involved in everything we do.
And there is that trade-off, and if we can get you into something that's going to suit your needs a little better, we want to do that for you too. It's not just like, oh, how do we make ourselves look the best?
And like the cool thing is that there will be an upgrade program to have your Gen 3R upgraded to the secret sauce version when you are ready to do that. So you can kind of have your cake and eat it too.
Paul would like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Paul would like to know, what's a 69/15 pulley combo make boost-wise on a Gen 3R? Will it make me faster than a new Corvette?
Like Paul Ferdinando, like he's being like somewhat serious and like somewhat funny. So Paul's car is going to be wicked fast.
Yeah.
I mean, now that everybody knows what the Gen 3R is capable of, like Paul, you're going to have to like sandbag really hard to basically get races and get people to put up the money. If they're from some corner of the internet where they don't know what a Gen 3R does, then you got a chance against them. But I think he would see. I mean, you're going to see basically like 1,100 on your combo.
Do you offer a bolt-on blower option for Gen 2 Lightnings?
There are products out there to use our supercharger on Lightnings.
Chad says, about to see what the old 6-rib power is about. See what I can get away with. Log's about to go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, Chad, I got to remember to send you those electronics too after lunch.
Mario came back and said 6 rib goes 8.
6 rib goes 8, yeah.
Alexander with Shelby Canada West says, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Justin Forrest says, from what I'm ready, the 17 F-150 Shelby 150 uses a 2.9 Whipple, I think. Quick Google search.
So did you show us a picture of that, Chris?
Yeah,
earlier?
he did.
And it did have the jack shaft on the side?
It did.
We are working on an option that will allow you to replace your 2.9 liter with a VMP 265 liter. So that is forthcoming.
Luke Bazzani says, no Cobra R for you. You leave them alone. Jeff Lucina says, Boss 302 plus VMP supercharger was a blast.
Yeah, Jeff remembers those days.
Ruiz Irvin says, is the Gen 3R coming into a kit soon?
You wanted to talk about
Yes.
this. Perfect.
So we have a
actually.
bunch of information about that. Gen 3R kits are up on the website for 11 to 17 Mustang and F-150. We have a whole new VMP supercharger kit lineup and a whole new price list and everything. So has anybody been thinking about getting like a Gen 3 or a Gen 3R kit? I don't know if we have anybody watching that doesn't already supercharged. I know there's a bunch of people that are VMP supercharged. They've kind of got that, well, yeah, if you have a VMP supercharger, you come and watch our show.
You can always go from Gen 2R to Gen 3, Gen 3R though, so.
Yeah. I mean, the popular thing for like, some people don't want to buy just a head unit because then it's like, what do you do with your old head unit? So the trick is you buy a whole new kit, you install the kit on your buddy's car and you give him your old head unit and then you use the new head unit on your car. So I've had some people do that. It's kind of hard to coordinate, but that's the best value for the consumer.
But just be friends with Mustang people and then you're good.
Yeah. So in addition to the head unit upgrades that have been out, we do have kits. And the middle of the road kit, which was our most popular, used to be a VMP Gen 2R 2.3 liter that came with a throttle body and triple pass dual fan heat exchanger. It's now the Gen 3 kit at like almost the exact same price point. So
It's a heck of a deal.
those are going to sell very well, I believe. And then the Gen 3R kit is not that much more money.
Mario says, I need a 69mm grip tech. When are they hitting the market?
Soon, next couple of weeks, Mario. And worst case, get a 10 rib from Jordan, and you'll always have that for when you upgrade to 10 rib.
Steven wants to know, do you use SCT or HP tuners to tune a 16 Whippled F-150? Any preference if both are used?
We are going to use HP tuners because they have defined the encrypted calibration.
Justin, with the Gen 3R, can I get a full kit without injector / tuner coming away from a Vortec?
So that question has come up a lot. If we took the injectors out, it would save you way less money than you would ever imagine because we buy that stuff so aggressively because we buy hundreds of thousands of dollars of like supporting mods to go with the supercharger kits. So we don't sell it without injectors. We do sell it without a tuner. Best thing to do is just sell the injectors that come in the kit.
Dominic says, still really wanting to see some 2018 stuff. We're looking forward to supercharging our 68 swap project. We put CVF Racing Front Serpentine kit on, and if we get it to work, we're hoping the supercharger can still bolt right up.
So we are working aggressively on our 18-19 supercharger kit, which will soon be 20 as well. It's going to launch at SEMA this year, and it is awesome. It's going to be totally unlike anything we've done before. What do you think, Becca?
I think you're saying too much. I think it should be more of a surprise. But
yeah.
I'm the person that really likes surprises. So.
Surprises, yeah. So that being said, I told them a lot, but I didn't tell them everything. So.
Yeah.
Bobby says, what made you want to start VMP? I thought about possibly trying to invent my own cold air intake, but I feel like I'm not qualified enough and probably won't work.
Really interesting question.
Yeah, it could result in a very, very long answer.
This could be an autobiography.
So, once upon a time, I decided that I liked going fast. And I met Rebecca that liked going fast. So, and
you had to pay bills.
yeah, and I like to make money. So, I was the kid that was selling candy in middle school. So, always coming up with creative ways to make money. And now it's through selling horsepower. Horsepower is the drug of choice.
Chuck Carter is mentioning, hey, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff about this 18 blower. Are we even making one?
Oh, so Chuck's all over here in the Rebecca camp. I just got told to shut the heck up, basically.
Dusty says, I've got a mostly stock 09 GT500 that came with an old Diablo Predator tuner. I'm about to install a CNR heat exchanger, VMP high cap reservoir, and VMP stock look pulley. Am I able to use my old Predator tuner to get your tunes, or would I have to buy a newer one?
You know, best bet is for you to buy a new SCT. Mm-hmm. We might be able to find a way to tune that Predator, but if we have any problems and
it's gonna be such a headache, and you're
yeah,
gonna appreciate the new technology.
I mean, it honestly only saves you $200 or $300. So just let's get something that we know is going to be reliable and work when we're tuning your car. Because if your tune doesn't go right, you're going to be pissed. So it's $599 for a tune and a tuner from VMP for that GT500, and it's well worth the money.
Brandon says, I'm a turbo guy, but I still like this show.
Oh, well, thanks for watching, Brandon.
Let's see, I'm going back over to YouTube. Tyler says, it's a 13 F-150 5-liter, want to make 550 to the wheel. How hard is it to find a used Gen 2 or Gen 2R, wife's truck and my tow vehicle for my 97 Cobra? What all do I need? Not looking for anything crazy.
So that's the original truck 5-liter. Mm-hmm. And I caught something on here. He feels like that horsepower number is pretty mild. Mm-hmm. But
it's actually in the truck a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit up there.
Yeah, kind of aggressive.
So, I mean, that being said, if you wanted that horsepower number, I would say go for a Gen 3. Our Gen 3 kit's a great value. However, our Gen 2R kit's going to probably be more your budget price point.
Yeah.
And like at $64.99, I mean, it's a killer deal for all the parts and content that goes into it. We honestly don't make a whole lot of money on it. We now have a truck-specific kit for all the trucks. So, like, you could probably pick up a used Mustang kit kind of cheap if you watch the groups in the forums, maybe $4,000 to $5,000. But you're going to be. We've already figured out all the little parts to make it work right on
it's going to be way less of a hassle.
Like, I'm looking at the heat exchanger brackets on the desk over there because we were photographing them, and a lot of time went into it. There's an installation video. If you guys get a chance to post that install video on his comment. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on that.
Do you think the new GT500's DCT will hold up to any additional torque if modified to make more power?
It's going to have to.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get one. And we're going to go crazy. On that note, I need you to pick a color. It is that time that I need you to pick a color.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Black. If it's up to Rebecca, black.
Carrie already knows.
Carrie already knows.
How come you don't know this? How long have we been together?
Can we get like a different color though? Like something like maybe like orange or green?
So why don't you just pick a color?
Well, I thought you said you wanted to pick the color.
Yeah, black.
Okay.
I did. I picked the color.
All right.
I think it would look badass in a flat black.
You know how
I know
kind
you
of
already
like
have black, but-
when you have a baby, you don't know like what kind of hair is going to come out? What if the car comes a different color than black?
I think he's trying
Will
to
you
tell
still
you something.
will you still accept it or no?
I see where
I
this
mean,
is
I'm not
going.
gonna put it on the ground. I won't take it to the safe place and be like, drop it off in a McDonald's lobby. No.
Are you gonna get green or orange?
Like what happened to Joe on Grey's Anatomy.
That's sad. I don't want to talk about that.
Superstock 50 says thanks and congrats on the baby. My fiance and I just found out we're expecting.
Oh,
I think I might
congratulations.
have to coyote a van.
Just put the baby seat in the back seat. That's all it takes.
It works really well.
There's a lot of strollers that fit in trunks of Mustangs. I mean, you don't even really need a stroller.
Yeah, you need a sling.
Yeah.
Dusty says you should get copper orange.
Is that a thing, copper orange? Is that the real bright orange?
Chris
Oh,
will tell you in just
Chris
a minute.
is searching it.
Let me Google that for you.
Yep, there's copper orange.
It's like, I don't see that as copper. I see that as more of like a bright orange type.
And to me, it's close to comp orange.
Comp orange, yeah.
Kinda
It's
close
like
to
a little
comp
bit
orange.
more yellow, I think.
Yeah.
Is there any metallic in it? Because that would make me like say that it was copper.
I can't tell from this.
Yeah, I can't from those pictures.
Probably one of those things you have to see in person that photos don't always.
Like that?
Yeah, right.
No, not that
Looks
one.
really yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
bordering.
that looks like the grabber orange, and I can't stand that color.
Kind of like baby poop.
It looks just like baby poop.
Do you offer a bolt-on blower for Gen 2 Lightnings?
Didn't we answer this?
Yeah, yes again.
Yes, use the well, you can use the JC Customs adapter plate and then use our GT500 head unit.
Levi John Chan said, finally I can see a Ford Barrera in the future of VMP. Let's see what else here. Do you offer any other colors than black on your blowers?
Black, black, and more black.
But you are going to argue with me about a GT500 being black.
This is true. Well,
Says Justin
so
Ford.
they paint cars different colors. Blowers.
They paint blowers different colors too. That just doesn't mean that you do.
So, as far as manufacturing goes, there's like, let's say there's like 5 steps, 6 actually, say 6, 7 steps to manufacturing. The paint has to be done as the second step before that thing even really starts to look like a supercharger, just as a raw casting. Yeah. So that's how you get like all the clean lines on the machine surfaces and stuff, is you paint it before you machine it. So the practicality in me has a very tough time with trying to tape off all these machine surfaces and even disassemble them, and because we don't get them like this. They're actually spin tested, assembled. They're filled with oil. They hold oil. Like, they are literally pull one out of the box, pop it on a car. So it's actually quite a reversal of work already done.
For sure. The quality assurance is strong.
Yeah, to custom paint them. So that's why they come in black.
Jason would like to know, which is the best way to run an ice tank? To the heat exchanger or lower manifold first?
It's funny. We tried that and it didn't seem to make much of a difference, but logically to the lower manifold first. And to the bottom port on the lower manifold.
Lazaro wants to know how to make 750 to the wheel with the Gen 2R on a 12 GT500.
Upper lower pulleys, some good gas, some good exhaust. But that is on a 5.4. It's easier on a 5.8 because of the displacement and the cams. The factory cams are slightly better. You really need the extra bump at E85, because with the 2.3 liter, yeah, you can make 750, 800, but you're at the upper limits of the blower until you start building motors, camshafts, blah blah blah. I mean, honestly, a Gen 3 or a Gen 3R is the way to go for 750.
Whenever I hear rumbling, I always wonder what it is that's outside rumbling.
Got something on the dyno. Maybe it's the Chevelle.
Sounds like it could be.
I think there's a Chevelle with a standalone here that Matt's tuning or something.
I saw it when I pulled up.
Chris would
I was
like to
gonna go
know,
park there.
what's your opinion on front feed versus rear feed blowers as far as power potential and efficiency?
It has its place.
I can't see it. Usually I can see. Lauren says, just looked at kits last night, linked from the VMP email. So it shows that
Great.
our efforts, yeah. He said the Gen 3 kit sounds killer for my 13 F-150.
Awesome. And I do have to admit, I have to finish writing the copy for the 15 to 17 F-150 kits, but it's going to be the same contents as the 11 to 14 ones, just written pretty much the same way with the horsepower numbers changed because the 15 F-150 motor is better.
Brandon says, I currently have an 18 5-liter F-150 with a Roush supercharger. I need a hookup with 5 gallons of boost stang and a VMP tune. He sent a heart emoji with an arrow. And is this setup already maxed out on pulley size?
We make smaller pulleys. We've got to watch out cooling-wise how much boost we put to it. If you do want to run boosting, we could probably go down one size, and you're going to want to run like our triple pass dual fan heat exchanger.
My Back Hurts says front feed Magnuson for 18 and up. Slab Shack says, as time and development moves forward, will the Gen 2 be phased out? If so, why?
So a lot of people around here know that I really love the Gen 2R 2.3 liter. It makes a lot of people happy, especially GT500 people, and Coyote people too.
It's a good blower.
Yeah, so I don't know the answer to that at that point. It really, I mean, we've got the Gen 2R priced right. It's very inexpensive for, you know, a brand new warranted part.
But gosh, don't ever say you don't know, or because you'll be accused of knowing by somebody at a show. Oh, you actually did know when I talked to you in October. Dude, it's March. I didn't know.
So yeah, that supercharger, I don't know what the future holds for it. Give it 6 months.
Gaming
For right now, we have it.
Yeah.
Gaming Hellcat says, how much for the Gen 3R?
Kit or head unit?
Head unit start at.
$41.99.
Kit start at.
$79.99.
There you go.
That's for Coyote. For GT500, kits are a little less money because you don't need a lower intake in an intercooler system.
Chris came back and said iconic silver for GT500.
I'm generally not a fan of silvers. I see Chris shaking his head, so he's not even going to bring it up on his computer. I'm sorry, we're just not silver people around here.
Is he shaking his head like no?
Yeah, it was a no.
Yeah.
It's very
The only good thing
very
about
subtle.
silver is it has a tendency to not show
It
dirt
hides
as
dirt,
much.
but
You never have to wash your car. That's like my F350.
My grandfather's always had silver cars, so I think silver is an old color.
yeah, my mom feels the same way about it because my grandmother always said silver white, and she's like, right, if you ever bring home a white car. And he's brought home white cars because he doesn't listen.
Brandon says black is so generic. He says go green or orange.
I'll be generic going 790s. I don't care.
Lauren says Henry Ford said you can have any color as long as it's black.
Exactly. That's why I called him Justin Ford.
281 New Edge says, I know this is lame, but could you guys tune my 2-valve using my SCT X4 tuner?
Why is that lame?
We can. It can be done.
Like, it's what you got. I mean, I know it's a 2-valve, but it's what you got. And a tune's going to make you happier, so it's not lame. Be happy.
We've tuned a lot of 2 valves in our day.
Slab Shack came back and said orange.
Orange.
Matt Edie, I would go green before orange, but that's just.
I'm kind of feeling green on top over orange, and there's some specific reasons that I'm feeling that. But yeah.
Matt Edie says, what gears are optimal for fastest track times in a 14 with Gen 2R with 72 millimeter and E85 stock motor, currently 355s and FTI 3200 converter, Joe tuned. He says 315s or 331s.
I'd put a 315 in it, but
Well, it's funny, like you basically had that setup back in the day. I remember we had only 75 millimeter pulleys were available, so we had it turned down to a 72 or 69 before VMP made every pulley size in the world.
every pulley size under the sun.
It's kind of exhausting how many pulleys we make.
It is. Like when I take people on tours, I'm like, here are pulleys. And more pulleys.
Because what happens is like somebody's like, well, I need a pulley for this class, or I'm trying to do this, and I'm a
Or an MRA goes, oh yeah, we're gonna make it a 3/4 pulley for the thing. Oh, nobody makes that. Oh.
yeah, a 346.
Yeah, 346.
So
Cut my words off.
and you know we're making pulleys every time. So once you're set up to make pulleys, like hey, I need like can you just sneak in like a few of a different size, and you know it's like okay, not a big deal, and yeah.
Gaming Hellcat says, how much would it cost for a Gen 3R supercharger and a tuning altogether?
So the kit includes VMP custom tuning. We are the only supercharger manufacturer in the world that I know of that actually offers custom tuning with our kits. And it's awesome because if you have installation problems, if you have tuning problems, we help you work through all of that.
Yep.
We're very good at it.
Justin Forrest says, was not aware that the new M5 and Demon uses this same trans. I've never heard of. BMW basically called DCT old technology and garbage on an interview. What are your thoughts?
Oh man. What are they using? CVT? I mean, you know, the GT500 is still a sub $100,000 car.
Yeah.
Like for the price point and the technology that's in it, it's actually a pretty good value.
Brandon says, we all heard it. Rebecca said green is a possible color, and she is in luck. The supercharger will be black. Wink, wink.
Oh, that's a good one.
I believe what he means is Gen 3R, but I'll read the question. Daniel says, is the new Gen 3 case coming for the Cobra, or did sales not go well with the original Gen 3 Cobra blower? So I think he means it's the new Gen 3R
Oh, it's the Gen 3R.
Yeah, I gotcha.
available for the Cobra.
I think you got that right.
We're looking
there.
at it. We're looking at it.
Like I said, lock it in.
Luke Bazzani says, I still love my Gen 2R.
Good. Justin does too.
Luke says, get the orange. Daniel Wilson says, black GT500. All the rest of the colors are puke, with the puke emoji.
I agree.
John Pavia says, 2-valve for the win. Joseph Perez says, 18 plus VMP supercharger kit release date.
I kind of gave that away earlier.
You did.
In Burnout Box. So, I've
You didn't say it again.
famous show in Las Vegas every year for the aftermarket.
Eyes out for a teaser video coming soon.
Teaser video coming soon.
John Pavia says, are you getting a 2020 GT500, which we've been talking about?
Yeah, he told me to pick a color. I told him black. He told me no.
I didn't tell you no. I tried to persuade you another way.
And with that said, we're actually caught up. Oh, yeah, and one just came in. With having a 90 octane gas here in Alaska, I have a great tune written by Michelle. I am using Torco with each tank. Could I get away using a 93 tune as long as I use Torco?
Yeah, just use like a half a can of Torco and use a 93 tune. The thing is that if you're going to bother to put the stuff in, you only save a couple pennies on half a can versus a full can. So, like, do you want to run around with like a 97 to 100 tune all the time that has a lot more timing in it? Like, your life's probably going to be better. It's just my opinion.
Joseph Perez, who was asking about the 18 release date, he says, I joined late, sorry. And then he says, oh,
okay.
sweet, SEMA.
I was going to say, it happens near my favorite holiday. It's not necessarily anybody knows what my favorite holiday is.
And SEMA is going to be after
Your favorite holiday is Halloween?
Halloween.
Is
So we
it?
get to spend Halloween with our kids
know that.
and go to SEMA.
I love Halloween.
Yeah?
I make the kids' costumes.
Well, and you've come in your own costumes too.
Yes,
I
yeah.
remember that one year you were Wonder Woman
I
when
was
we went to
Wonder
SEMA?
Woman. Yep.
But I didn't know you were like really...
I like Halloween a lot.
I think we should decorate the office.
We could decorate the office.
We could get some, spider web and fun
Those little
stuff.
pumpkin-shaped candies.
Oh yeah,
Pumpkin-shaped candies.
yeah, those
They're like sugar.
cream ones.
Like candy corn.
Yeah.
Candy corn
I'm not a big
pumpkins.
candy corn fan, but I do like Halloween. Alonzo says, what supercharger do you recommend for a stock Gen 1 Coyote?
A Gen 3 can be turned down with an 88 or a 92 millimeter pulley. So, I mean, that's what I would recommend because it gives you room to grow.
Yep. When you decide you want to do something to that Gen 1 Coyote, and it will make your power more efficiently. So definitely that would be a good option.
We're right at 2:30. I have about 4 more items I'm going to touch on real quick.
Okay.
George says, just picked up a 14 GT500. What's your overall opinion on that generation Shelby?
It's great. We've been doing some videos on it. We've been working on them for years. Been doing videos on them. There's a plethora of options. Tuning, throttle body, pulley, cold air is the starting point, exhaust, other supporting mods, and then blower swaps, etc., etc.
Justin Forrest says you could have a little Gen 3 custom and the hat could be the pulley. That's actually kind of cute.
Cute.
Daniel Wilson says, Justin, you said that you guys give tuning with your kits. Does that also transfer over to aftermarket ECU guys as well? Haltech is what I currently run. I'm still debating on the 2650.
I honestly no, because that's a whole nother ball game. If you're going to do a Haltech, personally, I don't think the aftermarket stuff's that hard to tune. Of course, it's coming from a tuner. We can consult on, this is how much timing you need, just little stuff like that.
But a lot of times, if you're running an aftermarket ECU, you're gonna want to be doing a lot of the tuning yourself because that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Does VMP offer data for their throttle bodies?
We do.
One of the really nice things about our throttle bodies. One of the many nice things.
If and when your kit comes out for the 1819, it will come out. For the 1819 5-liter F-150, would you advise against running stock exhaust in conjunction with it? I have other fast/loud stuff, but this is my daily.
So, great question. I don't know if that's targeted at the person that we work with that had a factory cat failure. That all being said, you could run stock exhaust with it. I did on my truck, and then I think the name of the game here is keeping it quiet. So,
I have a 79 millimeter pulley with boosting. Do I have to run boosting every time, or can I drive it with 93?
If the thing is, it only matters when you beat on it.
Yeah.
We just can't control how you use the go pedal, so take the appropriate
precautions.
Yeah.
And then the gentleman who had the question about the data for throttle body says, thanks, I want a single blade for my 14 GT500. And with that said, we're caught up.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Rebecca's got a video coming out Monday of her doing somewhat crazy but not crazy stuff.
It was very mild, but I was very, well, for me, I was very excited.
You were the first one to do this after the car came off the dyno.
Yeah.
So she did some stuff with a track attack, and that's that. We'll see you next time.
Do we want to mention about the video coming out tomorrow?
Oh.
I'm trying to see the calendar.
Because there's a new product
Oh,
launching tomorrow?
Oh, yes. Fuel system
yeah.
videos coming out tomorrow. Awesome VMP fuel system coming out.
Yep.
So used on track attack. Comes out tomorrow.
So all of you who have been waiting for a return style fuel system from VMP, it will now be available. So,
It's ready. It's ready.
it launches tomorrow,
Watch the video,
and
buy
there
your
will
fuel
be an install
system.
video
Yep.
in conjunction.
Yep. All right. See everybody
Thanks,
next
guys.
time.